Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Friday, November 4th, 2022. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with more information on WWE Crown Jewel. As WWE prepares to move forward with its premium live event tomorrow in Riyadh in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the company has been in communication with the U.S. State Department with regards to the impending threat of attack by Saudi Arabia by Iran, according to PW Insider. WWE has reportedly been informed that the Riyadh area is not in close proximity to where the possible attack is believed to be targeted. According to sources within the company, private security firms had already been contacted and security protocols put into place by WWE even before the threat was made known. Both Paul Levesque and Stephanie McMahon will personally be on hand to oversee the event, and it was also reported by PW Insider yesterday that Jake Paul is scheduled to be in Riyadh for Crown Jewel, accompanying his brother Logan, who is challenging Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal title in the main event. In ratings news, AEW Dynamite drew its smallest audience in 3.5 months with 911,000 viewers tuning in for Wednesday night's live episode on TBS from the Chesapeake Employers Insurance Arena in Baltimore, according to Showbuzz Daily. That number is down 8.62% from last week's show. The rating in the key 18 to 49-year-old demographic was .29, down from last week's .32, and the lowest key demo for a regularly scheduled airing of Dynamite since June 15th, according to WrestleNomics. However, even with that number, the show still managed to come in at number 3 on cable TV in the demo for the evening, up from number 5 last week. This week's Dynamite overall viewership was the lowest for a regularly scheduled episode since the Fyter Fest Night 2 on July 20th. Post Wrestling reported that in Canada, Dynamite on TSN2 averaged approximately 93,700 viewers and 46,500 in the 25 to 54-year-old demographic. In Wrestlemania news, WWE has announced a full slate of events for WrestleMania week in Los Angeles. Prior to WrestleMania 39 itself, which takes place on Saturday, April 1st and Sunday, April 2nd at SoFi Stadium, the weekend will kick off Friday night with SmackDown at the Crypto.com Arena. The 2023 Hall of Fame ceremony will take place later that evening in the same arena, similar to what WWE did for last year's ceremony. NXT Stand and Deliver will also emanate from the Crypto.com Arena on April 1st, prior to the start of WrestleMania that evening, and the 4 days of events will conclude with Monday Night Raw on April 3rd, also at the Crypto.com Arena. With some more WWE news, here's the Wrestling News' Lou Kipilman.
3 new TV projects in development were revealed by WWE co-CEO Nick Khan during the company's Wednesday earnings call, including a reality series involving Bianca Belair and Montez Ford, which is currently in production. The 8-episode series will premiere next year on Hulu. Also announced was a Spanish-language comedy series called Contra las Cuerdas, or Against the Ropes, being produced by WWE Studios and targeted for a winter 2023 release on Netflix. The scripted 10-episode show will reportedly tell the story of an aspiring female luchador and will be carried exclusively in Mexico. And coinciding with the company's new streaming deal with African media company Showmax TV, a talent search series is scheduled to be filmed in Nigeria, with WWE recruiters heading there next week. It is not known if the show will air outside of Africa. For the Wrestling News, I'm Lou Kipilman.
In Impact Wrestling news, Mike Bailey and PJ Black both advanced in the X Division Championship Tournament in matches that aired last night, but were taped on October 21st at Sam's Town in Las Vegas. Bailey defeated Kenny King in a tournament match that aired as part of Impact on Access TV.
Bailey using his other leg to keep on fighting.
Shoulders down, shoulders down. Oh, and Bailey got King!
Here is your winner, Speedball, Mike Bailey!
Look at the shock on the face of Kenny King!
Look at the shock on the face of Mike Bailey. Almost out of nowhere.
Earlier in the night, PJ Black beat Yuya Uemura in a match that aired on the Before the Impact YouTube show. Black Taurus and Trey Miguel also both advanced in matches that aired last week. The finals to determine the new X Division champion will take place November 18th at the Overdrive pay-per-view. The title was vacated last month by Frankie Kazarian. Also appearing on Impact TV last night was Big Connor, formerly one half of WWE's Ascension Tag Team. Connor took part in a segment in which he and Alan Angels attacked Sami Callihan during his match with Eric Young. Connor had last appeared in Impact for a January 21st TV taping. The Ascension was let go by WWE in April of 2019. And turning to Japan, Stardom ran their Kinsai Stardom pay-per-view yesterday at the Hiroshima Sun Palace. In the main event, Syuri Kondo defeated Maika to make the 9th defense of her World of Stardom title, which is the company's top championship. It was announced following the match that Utami Hayashishita would be Syuri's next challenger. Mayu Iwatani defeated alpha female Jazzy Gabert before vacating the SWA championship. Iwatani said she was doing so in order to concentrate on her upcoming IWGP Women's World Title Tournament final against Kairi on November 20th. Other championship matches on Thursday's show saw Sayakami Itani make the 10th defense of her Wonder of Stardom title, defeating Mina Shirakawa, and Tam Nakano and Natsupoi retained the Goddess of Stardom tag team titles with a win over former champions Black Desire, Momo Watanabe, and Starlight Kid. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.